Hey, we are on the way to the gym. I've got a brand new mic set up to test out. Very excited. I just bought these on Amazon. They come in a little case and everything. And we are going to go hit quads and accessory movements like abductors and adductors because my hamstrings are unfathomably sore. So for pre today, we're doing a little bit of creatine monohydrate. This doesn't matter if you take it pre or after workout, but anyway, beta alanine, that's the tingly stuff, and dextrose powder, that's simple carbohydrates basically. You can just have honey to replace this, but I like dextrose powder. And Bloom, literally just to flavour it because everything I've just put in is unflavoured, but I don't believe in powdered greens, just go eat some broccoli. This tastes grim because I add Himalayan salt to it because I sweat a lot, especially in summer, but I literally just lick it and then I firm it and I just down this. And then I will have some extra honey. But we'll see how long I last until I get overstimulated because you know damn well I've got a claw clip and some little barrette in my pocket to get my bangs out of my face. But for now, we're going to be cute. I don't know the drill. Dynamic warm up. Get those hip flexors warm, loose, lubricated, WD-40'd, everything. Just doing these 90-90 stretches. Really good for opening up the hip flexors. Did you hear that click? Again, strengthening the hip flexors as well as stretching them is really important. So add some of these in beforehand. Create a straight line. Stretching out my Achilles. Find a wall, you know the drill. Strengthens the muscles in front of your tibia. I cannot remember what they're called. And then this is as well for hip flexor strengthening. And then I'm just hitting the frog pose real quick again to bust that pussy open. And then I tell her bring it back. I absolutely despise doing these in public gyms because like it's so sexual. Like today we're wearing the you know who Goop shorts as usual in blue today. They're linked in the description. And this free train form-fitting cut-off top. I love it so much because it covers like half my bum and I think it makes it look nicer. Also, I love a cut-off, it makes my shoulders look massive. I'm just doing my handstand training here. It's going horribly. I still can't do a handstand like a month in and I just keep doing this basically to get my shoulders wham and strong and used to having weight on them. Goblet squats, I guess. So I'm putting my heels up on the weight like this so that I'm at an angle. And then we're going to test this out. Okay. But you don't want to go all the way down because it's pretty bad for your knees. You sort of want to stop about here. Do not go back into the changing rooms to collect your belongings. I'm absolutely not bouncing off the bottom. Like I'm stopping before my hamstrings touch my calves. I used to do these with a 30-kilo dumbbell and just bounce up and down. That'll give you knee problems, babe. I'm trying to stay as like this way as possible. I'm gonna attempt hyperextension, but I don't know if my hamstrings will allow me to do so. Okay, I'm doing these with my toes pointed slightly, like 10 degrees outwards. Push it up a bit, pull the handle, and let it slide down into the next click. And I'm gonna hold it in my elbows because then that allows me to get a greater range of motion. And some people do them a lot like this, or like this, or like this. I'm just gonna stay relatively neutral because I'm not trying to train my lower back at the moment. Okay. As I go down, I'm not trying to reach this way, I'm trying to reach that way. This is essentially a thrust movement if you think about it. It looks like an RDL, but if you get it in your head that you're thrusting the pad right here, it will click more. Focus is to put as much weight into this direction as possible. There. And then release slowly. Because this is not a difficult movement. We're not pushing the glutes to maximum. Two types of failure: technical failure and mechanical failure. Technical failure is when you can no longer do something with the same range of motion and the same form. So you might go like and do it badly. That's technical failure. Mechanical failure is when you physically cannot pick the weight up off the floor anymore. So I've passed technical. I'm approaching mechanical failure now. I'm still going slow on the eccentric. Eccentric is like the way down or the way up, depending on what movement you're doing. Yeah, I think I'm done. On to quad extensions. First up, I'm pushing the seat all the way back, because if you've got the seat too far forward, it's not good for you. And the more length back you do, they did a study, but it doesn't matter if you turn your legs in, forward or out, but length back is better than length forward. So I'll start here and I'll put it at a nice light weight, and I'll get my knees warm. This is a horrid angle, sorry. And I just hold it there for a bit until my knees stop sounding like popcorn. The thing you can adjust on this machine is this. So I always push it so that it's as bent as possible, because that's the greatest range of motion you can get, and you don't really want to be slamming the weight down each time. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now because I need to lock in. Oh, fuck me. I've grabbed chalk to chalk up the handles on the quad extension because they're way too big for my teeny tiny princess hands. I'm gonna do a drop set now. I've done 2 working sets at 66 kg. So I'm gonna still push for 8 at 66 and then drop down like 3 notches each time and then go on to single leg. People say that drop sets is just tiring the muscle and it's not actually failure. I don't know, I like it. For quads, I always do it. Missed it. I don't know if my shins can take that. I'm doing what is called an isometric hold at the end. It's supposed to be good for your knees. I've got a 15 plate. Grab a 5, grab a 10. The ones with the handles so that you can hold on to it. Yourself in this position on your elbow. And the more you sort of twist your torso that way, the more it helps, I think, to get this right. And you're going to do these and try and lead with this heel. So I don't want to see this, I want to see this. You can hit failure though if you pick a plate that's heavy enough for you. And then I'm going to try clamshells, which is with your feet together. It's slightly different. And I do that again like 3 times. Oh yeah, we are going to attempt single leg press, unlike the big boy leg press with the plates and everything, but there's loads of teenage boys there. I'm a bit shy to film. So, and I don't even know if I'll be able to do it because my knee and my ankle feel like garbage. Yeah, we're here, we're in the torture machine. For some reason, this one doesn't have spot arms, like you can set them to a certain distance. So I'm not putting any weight on it because my ankle still feels like garbage. I do apologise for the lack of enthusiasm in the voiceover. It's 12 right now and I've got a 5 a.m. flight to catch. I'm just trying to get this off my phone because I need the storage to film my next vlog, okay? So this is what you're getting. Hypothetically, if there was someone in a leather jacket and a plaid vest and jean shorts and Doc Martens using, I'll insert a picture because I don't know how to describe them, to do like Superman cosplay, would you hypothetically giggle? Guys, I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny, but there's way too many sexy men in here. I can't do it. I'm hiding under the leg press. All 7 leg machines in the space of about 6 square meters. It's really awkward trying to film anything here. That with this one, I like to do assisted reps at the end. So assisted reps can apply to anything for pushing it past failure. So when I get to failure on these, I'm going to use my hands to push in and then release. I could just drop the weight, but then I can still do the eccentric with this weight. So why? All right. Here's my world-class stretching routine filmed from this awkward angle where you can't really see what I'm doing, but I've just got my left leg bent at a right angle forwards, and then I flip it backwards, and then it usually clicks my hip when I do this, and then jumping into pigeon pose, and then engaging and bringing up, and then jumping into mermaid pose, stretch out the left quad at the moment, and then stretching out the back and just arching, and then I flip over to stretch the abductors on the inside, and then we're going into lunge, and we're going back and forth until my quad and hamstring feels suited to go into a split. Basically, I just keep rotating back and forth, doing this over and over again. And then I hop into a really measly split today. Flexibility was not flexibility today, and then I do everything on the other side.
Let me see the other side.
And then I'm back at it with my handstand training with the other direction to the wall this time. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There's the pump check. It's pretty mid. Anyway, swag. Oh, that angle's pretty good though, to be fair. This is me shook at my side profile actually having some sort of shelf for once. Slay! Subscribe!